Welcome to the VIP section.
J baby y'all. 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 The vibes. Make sure you go like and subscribe to the channel if you like what's going on. If you like all the hip hop and the sports news, and you like everything that Shay Baby's bringing to the table, make sure you like and subscribe. You already know the vibes. What's poppin', y'all? What's poppin'? Hold on, I'm trying to change the thumbnail. I don't know why they won't let me. Hold on, let me see. Having issues with that this morning. This is nasty work. Hold on, we getting there. What's poppin', though? Yeah. Freaky Fridays, we here. Hold on, I'm trying to change that, man. That shit got me tight right now. Hold on. That's nasty work, man. Come on, YouTube. What we doing? What we doing, YouTube? Shout out to everybody pulling up. Michelle, what's poppin'? Shit, baby. We lit this morning. I'm just trying to change something. I don't know why they got this like this, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can change it right here on my laptop. That's crazy. They're not allowing me to change the shit. Hold on, y'all. We definitely rocking. Yo, this is nasty work. This is nasty work. So I can't change the thumbnail. The thumbnail was crazy too this morning. I don't know what's going on, man. I guess I forgot to change it when I uploaded it. Shout out to everybody pulling up too. Let me get a little TikTok video in there while we waiting. Because today's Freaky Friday. I'm trying to fix this.
So I was talking to this man, right? And in our conversation, I was telling him that I don't really wear designer. I get basic nails, toes done. So I spend less than $60 when I go get my nails and toes done. I'm pretty, I'm pretty basic when it comes down to the female. I have long hair. I'll probably do something with my natural hair. I'm pretty, cost effective when it comes with the beauty standards of of getting yourself together. So this man was like, oh, okay, cool, more money in my pocket. I said, wait a minute. Now I just use money in different categories. When a woman says she ain't expensive, find out what category of expensive she falls in. I travel. I'm a world-class traveler, baby. I go on cruises, 7-day cruises, multiple times a year. You get what I'm saying? I like going to restaurants. I like wine tasting. Just because I ain't spending my money on nails and hair, don't mean the money ain't getting spent. Okay.
That's crazy. So I cannot change the thumbnail. That's messed up. I don't know why. I tried every way possible to try to change it. They won't allow me to. The thumbnail was crazy, man. It's looking like the same show from yesterday. They won't allow me to change it. Yeah, sabotaging already, right? Kevin Watson, what's good? Now we rocking. Here go another TikTok that we got rocking this morning. That just killed my whole vibe. I ain't gonna hold y'all, my dudes. Word.
Bitch, I had plans to come home and masturbate. As soon as I hit the door, from every angle. Mom, 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 mom. Oh my God, I cannot believe this is my life. What the fuck?
Crazy. Now, I mean, she's entitled to want to masturbate, I think. You know, coming home at night at all times. Word. She's entitled to that. But you know, the kids, they never give you space and opportunity to do anything. So, you know, that's what it comes with being a parent. You know, you don't even have time to masturbate. You know, she's tight. She come home, she want to get it in and she can't. That's a fact.
And let me tell you where we ain't going this summer. Back and forth or above and beyond. Fuck you and the horse you rolling this bitch on.
That's wild. Nasty work. Ladies, are y'all feeling her? We not going backwards this year? Yeah. I can't lie, man. The thumbnail killed my whole vibe this morning. I ain't gonna hold you. I can't get focused now. My mind is trying to learn how to fix this. I don't know what happened. Let me see if they allow me to go back in here and fix it at least. Let me see. How would I do this? I don't even know. That's crazy. Nasty work, YouTube. Nasty work. I definitely changed it. Maybe I forgot. I'm trying to think. I think I did forget to change it. It's a lot. I've been up since 7 getting this shit together. Freaky Fridays! Yeah. I'm stressed.
A lot of people don't know the real flex is to have a cheap nigga spending money on you, tricking off on you. Niggas with money give money to anybody. They will trick off on anybody to get what they want. But a cheap ass nigga, you better believe he not finna be giving his money to every bitch. So if you get a cheap nigga to spend money on you, you exactly who the fuck you think you is.
I kind of agree with her. Because cheap niggas ain't giving up no money. Let's keep it real. Cheap niggas ain't giving up no bread. So, saying that, she is right. Ladies, y'all think y'all doing something. Yeah, I got this nigga buying me a Mary. I got this nigga buying me all types of Gucci, Burberry, all of this nasty work stuff. He's doing that to like 5 different chicks. He got the bag, that's nothing. You giving him top, you giving him sloppy, all of that. That's all he cares about. You're like a prostitute. Yeah, shit, baby. I ain't gonna hold you. You are. You're just doing it the right way. You getting material things and not the bread up front. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that is the real facts. Hey, Patricia. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's nasty this summer. It's gonna get ugly. I think I got one more TikTok, ladies.
The most fuckable niggas be having the most crash out bitches. Like, I don't get it. They don't pick the calm, sweet ones. They pick the ones that's gonna fuck their ass up. Like, I don't get it. They pick the ones that's gonna hack their Instagram and fucking tell the world. Bro, it was a motherfucking trash can in the road. I shouldn't even be on my phone. See, Lord, I'm off this bitch. Goodbye.
Crazy. Ladies is going in this year, man. They going wild. Did we play this one?
A lot of people don't know the real flex is to have a cheap nigga spending money.
We played her. It's crazy. Trying to tell you, Freaky Fridays, we lit. You know we're going to definitely get into your man Diddy. They got him looking crazy. They got him looking crazy. I'm trying to get focused, y'all. I'm trying to get with y'all right now. This whole thumbnail thing is throwing me off. They not even allowing me to even click on it. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get with y'all. But we got Diddy Smoke. We got the Knicks. And the Pacers today. That's going to be crazy. We're going to talk about that too. And we're going to definitely talk about Remy and Papoose. And we're going to definitely talk about Remy and Papoose. That's a fact. All right, let's start off. Let's go first with them Knicks. Let's go to them Knicks first. Let's keep it there. Now, Reggie Miller, right? This is where he says, you know, he's the Knicks killer.
I cannot stand the Knicks because to me they're front runners, right? They think that they're God's gift to basketball. This is why I cannot stand the Knicks because to me they're front runners, right? They think that they're God's gift to basketball.
That's a fact. Now, you Knicks fans, how do y'all feel about that? Reggie Miller seems like he's the jinx to the Knicks. I ain't gonna hold you. He's like the jinx to the Knicks. Look, he's like the jinx to the Knicks. Can you believe that these dudes came back and clapped the Knicks in game one? The Knicks were up 20 in the fourth quarter. I was outside. I was in the bar. You know what I mean? I was chilling, watching the game. I don't really get to go out too much. That thumbnail is killing me, y'all. I can't lie. They won't let me change it. These some hating ass niggas on YouTube, man. Word. I don't know why they will not let me change it. That's my fault, man. I was rushing. There you go, the Pacers. Knicks fans, don't hate me, man. Don't hate me. Do not. But yeah, the Knicks, I think the Knicks will win tonight. I think the Knicks will win tonight. New York fans, y'all are going too far now. New York fans, y'all are going too far. I understand. I understand the moment. Trust me.
The game 4 here in Indiana. I'll bring you guys out here, put you guys up, get you guys seats to the game. The Pacers, everybody in our organization wants to make sure you're taken care of. All the teams excited to meet you.
So you want to give me free tickets to go back to the game to get the shit beat out of me again? Where's the money? That's what I'm saying, man. Knicks fans, it's nasty. Knicks fans, it is nasty. But it's going to be a goodie tonight, though. I think the Knicks should win. I ain't going to hold you. If they don't choke. If they don't choke tonight, the Knicks should win. That's a fact. I'm sorry about the thumbnail again, y'all. Mad as fuck. You have no idea, man. I can't even focus right now. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm ready to cut this whole shit off. That's where I'm at with it with YouTube. They got my whole thumbnail messed up, man. I'm ready to cut this whole shit off. Ronnie Pinkett, what's goody? Over there on Facebook. I'm ready to kill the day for today. They pay no money anyway, YouTube. I can't even get my thumbnail together, YouTube. Nasty. Real nasty. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. My son, Prom, look, he's looking good out there. Yeah.
I was about to tell you, step in 1 foot out, boom.
He had that G-Wagon out there.
There you go.
You see him. That's a fact. He was looking good out there. Let me see him pull off. Yeah, my boy. He was outside for sure. Shout out to Shay Jr., man. Went to his prom. He'll graduate this year. That's a fact. Nah, he had a great time. 100%. Shay, baby. All right, so let's get back to them Knicks. Had a little video for y'all. This is how the Knicks lost that game.
He drained it. 2-point game. A 3 beats you here. Can you please guard Nesmith? Stay on Halliburton. Stay on Halliburton. Get on Halliburton! No fucking way!
Not even air ball. Crazy.
Oh my
Crazy. Not even that. Look at after the shot. Look at all this.
I told you can't make a man still. Oh! Crazy Knicks fans.
Indiana will take the final timeout here in overtime.
It's nasty, Knicks fans.
Listen, brother, if we do this, come on. Come on. 5, 4, 3, wait. Hold on. What the f? Oh! What the f? What the f? What the f? What the f? Oh my God!
Oh, what the f? Tyree? Drop. Oh my God! Oh my God! Tyree! Choke! Suck my New York! Oh my God!
Wait for 2. Oh my God!
Look, he goes back.
No. Oh.
Woo! Oh my God!
Oh my God! No!
He made the choking sign!
No!
Was that a 2 or a 3?
There's no way that went in.
Was that a 2 or a 3?
There's no way that went. That looked like a 3. He went back out. He pulled it back out.
They put 2 on the board. I thought that was a 3.
Wait. Did he just end the game or what?
Was he behind the line?
Oh my
Show
God.
the replay.
That bounced
Foot's
up.
on the line. Foot's on the line. See?
Wait.
See, look.
Wait.
The foot's on the line. I can see it from here.
Yeah,
Foot was on
that's
the line.
a 2. Oh my goodness. So they gotta still play. Oh my goodness.
He's so cringe for that.
Oh my
To do that right away.
Only this series. Only these two teams. Only. So I can try to tell y'all it's about to get crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. You see me, I'm trying to change this thumbnail thing. I don't know why they won't allow me to. It's really, really irking me right now. Because I have the thumbnail from Wednesday's show up there right now. I'm trying to put the one up for today that says Freaky Friday. They won't allow me to. I'm ready to back out and start a whole new live. I don't know why it won't allow me to. I guess I got to put it at the end of the show. I guess so. So the Knicks, we're going to see what happens with y'all tonight. I think y'all going to blow it again. I ain't going to lie to you. I hope not. Let's move on, though, because we got a lot to cover today. So let's get into this Papoose Remy Martin thing. Let's listen to Papoose, what he had to say, and then we're going to listen to Remy, too. I got both of they, what they both had to say about everything. Let's talk about it.
First and foremost, everybody who know me, let's keep it 100. Everybody who know me, you know I don't do this. I don't do none of this corniness. Can y'all hear me? All right, cool. Everybody who know me, y'all know my style. She came on here claiming that, oh, everybody, I don't do this. Yes, you do. this is exactly the only thing you do. You know what I mean? Normally, I wouldn't even entertain this, but the fact that you mentioned my children, I'm not letting that ride. Since this whole situation happened, everybody know I never said nothing. The only time I said something was the last time when she tried to clout chase with the whole fake thing she tried to put on Instagram before. But ever since this transpired, I never opened my mouth, never said nothing because that's not my style. And also, I would never want to disrespect her. You know what I mean? Actions speak way louder than words. Initially, when it transpired, which was 2022, when she started dealing with the lane. But that wasn't the first time I caught her cheating. I've caught her cheating numerous times since she's been home. With the lane, the reason, but hold on, let's get to the point. We're gonna get to the lane later. You had the audacity to mention my child, and you had the audacity to mention me not seeing my daughter, when ever since I left, she has not allowed me to see my daughter. She's been straight miserable. I'm gonna say it again. All men out there who ever been through this type of situation, you know how it gets when you're dealing with a miserable individual.
Facts!
She did not allow me to see my daughter since this first transpired at the end of last year. Blatantly, I went to pick my daughter up from school. When I went to pick my daughter up from school, Diamond was picking my daughter up because that's who has my daughter all the time. And that was one of the biggest issues I had with her because all my daughter know is mommy and daddy. She was raised with both parents. That's all she know from day one since the womb. Our entire lives has been documented. What goes on with these celebrities is they like when y'all come on their page and y'all like their posts. They like when y'all spend y'all money on their concerts, on their music. They like when y'all make them rich. So y'all become fans and y'all follow the journey of these celebrities for years and years and years, right? As y'all follow the journey of these celebrities, you basically become a part of their life because you've been following them for 10 years, 15 years sometimes. You've been a fan of a celebrity or artist. But soon as something happens, the first thing they say to the fans is, you don't know me, right? Soon as something get out there bad that they don't want you to know about, the first thing they say is, oh, you don't know my life? Yes, they do. They know you y'all know us very well. And the reason why I'm saying that is because don't allow none of these celebrities to fool you. When you hear a rumor that comes out, it's true. We are human, just like y'all, the audience, the supporters, the fans. So now you have a person here who life has been documented for decades through the fans watching us, seeing when she got incarcerated. Watch me visit her every day for a year straight. Watch me bring her 35 pounds of food a month. Watch me hold her down. Watch me in the courtroom getting into altercations with court officers over her. Witness when she came home. Witness me go build the anticipation for her to come out of prison. Had a different artist do a drop every single day. Oh, the queen is coming, the return of the queen, right? All the fans witnessed this. Witnessed her come home. Witnessed us have the big wedding ceremony. Followed our entire journey. Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. You ever notice I never erased nothing on my page? All you gotta do is scroll down. The same page that she utilized today to lie for an hour straight and tell all these fabricated stories, the same page I created. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. We'll get back to that later. I went to pick my daughter up from school. There's a young lady who was picking my daughter up from school. And I notified her, hey, I called her, I said, hey, I'm coming to pick her up. I picked up my daughter, gave her a hug, gave her a kiss, and show things you do when you see your child. Embrace my child. And I had to go take care of something that day. So after I see my daughter, I just wanted to see her and hug her because everything had been going on. I hadn't seen her in a little while. After I left, I think the next day or next 2 went by. She contacted me. Hey, you haven't seen your daughter since New Year's. I said, excuse me? I just seen my daughter yesterday. I just picked her up from school. What are you talking about? She didn't even know that I seen my daughter. You know why? Because she's never there with my daughter. She is never there with my child. And it's crazy that you have the audacity to open your mouth and say that I haven't seen my daughter, not only due to the fact that you didn't allow me to see her, since I finally got tired of your lies, tired of your narcissism and moved on, but the fact that while you was running out here cheating with this lame, not only cheating with this lame, you allowed him to destroy your entire life. You use all you talking this money.
I don't know. It seemed like it got low. Hold on. It's back. It's back.
A lot of people I don't want to come across as I'm upset. But you know what? I am upset. You know why I'm upset? Because you mentioned my children. You had the audacity to mention my children, and you had the audacity. Can y'all hear me? Because some people complain.
There you go. There you go.
Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, let me know. There's a few people saying they can't hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me.
We can hear you, bro.
It's good? Brooklyn Jad in here. Jad, can you hear me? All right, now, yes. Okay, cool. Like I said earlier, for those who just came on the live, everybody who know me, and I'm talking about speaking with my actions, I don't do this. I don't clout chase. I never come on social media talking about anything. Even when I got stabbed in my back. Even when I got stabbed in my back by the person that I moved mountains for, fought battles, did everything, was super loyal to, I still didn't slander you. I still didn't say nothing. I just kept it moving. But you had the audacity to mention my children. So since you want to mention my children, and that I can't let ride. A lot of people in your path, that's not you. Don't entertain it. You know what I'm saying? People see through it. She's bitter. She's miserable. Yeah, that's a fact. But you mentioned my children, and that I'm not letting ride. So with that being said, you abandoned my child for months. For days at a time. Knowing she had to go to school the next day, knowing I had to go to work the next day since you want to get up on here and say, oh, you don't have a job. Because you know, when I got the executive position at TuneCore initially, knowing I had to go to work the next day, knowing my daughter had to go to school, you stayed out with the lane. You stayed out with the lane. You want to talk, and you stayed out with the lane while your daughter was crying for you. Tears. Also, she wanted to talk about all of this money talk and all of this and what I don't got and what I got. Since I met her, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth. And with me saying that, I want to say this to y'all. Anyone who has an iPhone, you know how iPhones work. When I was younger, I used to be able to write rhymes in my head, create rhymes in my head, and remember them. Just like that. As time went on, I got a little older, I started to write rhymes in my email draft. Now, if you have an iPhone, you go in your email draft. If anybody come around me, and we're in the flesh next to each other, I can type in any word from one of her songs, and her entire rap will come up. The entire verse will come up. I never asked for a penny. I never asked for credit. She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win. Like I said, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth since I met her. Y'all said it. Y'all said it numerous times. Oh, we know that's Pap behind that pen. Did I ever agree with y'all? Did I ever put it out there? I never said I wrote her rhymes. I left it. I didn't need the credit. All I wanted her to do was win. Wrote the rhymes, did the contracts, security, the whole shit. So you fabricating these stories And it's very weird that you're talking all of this money talk, but in your background, it's everything that I bought. All of the utilities are in my name. So all of this fabrication about, oh, he don't pay no bills, oh, he don't do this, he don't do that. If you analyze her live, the whole thing is about all of this money talk. Why? Because she wants y'all to think that she's this big shot. I don't need to come up here and perpetrate no fraud like I'm a big shot, like I'm this and I'm that. For the simple fact that I speak with my actions. You want to talk about black love? Anybody who follow me, they know I've always been pro-black and had knowledge of self since I was a teenager. So I've represented that since I came in the door before I even knew you. Okay? So don't ever talk about black love and what else she said? I got to remember. So, yo, first and foremost, very bipolar, very delusional. This is a person who will sit in front of you. She will post that live, and she'll say later, I didn't do that. I wasn't on live. You'll be sitting there like, huh? She will say something to you, and 10 minutes later say, I never said that. Very bipolar. And I don't want to talk bad about her, man. That's something that I never wanted to do. That's why when this took place, when she first got caught cheating with the lame, I brought it to her attention. I said, first of all, I couldn't even believe that she was stooped that low because he's such a cornball. Y'all see it, y'all say it yourself. I'm like, yo, it's no way it's this nigga. Because I'm trying to figure it out. Like, damn, who is this nigga? Because, you know, we were living a normal, peaceful life, raising our child like we planned to, and she started to move real strange. So in the process of her moving strange, it became stranger and stranger, worse and worse. So I said, damn, I got to see what's going on. What the hell is going on? I started to do my research. As I did my research, I found out she was cheating with the lame. So once I find out, I brings it to her attention. I said, mind you, I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife. Like I told y'all before, the reason I knocked him out was because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife. It's a difference. But let me tell you.
That is a fact, though.
So I bring it to her attention that I found out that she's sleeping with the lame. She tells me, him? Why him? Why him out of all people? Not Goods? Not Hitman? My word is my bond is my life. I should give my life before my word shall fail. This was her exact words. Him? Why would I deal with him? I said, Rem.
Penn and stay chilling. What's goody?
I know it. First and foremost, how I first fell on my radar that she was cheating with the nigga, he was running his mouth and he came back to me. They said, yo, Pat, this nigga out here telling niggas he fucking your wife. I said, word. So I did a little bit more research, connect a couple more dots. I finds out. She tells me this. Okay, I finds out. Mind you, it's not the first time she cheated. You know what I mean? I continued the marriage because I live by my wedding vow. I try to live by my wedding vows. Richer for poor, sicker for health, sickness and health, you know what I'm saying? Better for worse, death do us part. So you try to work through things. Anybody out there who's married, y'all understand. So I found out she's cheating with the lame. I bring it to her attention. Of course, we have an altercation, like basically argument back and forth or whatever transpired, right? Okay. She decides, and I decide that we're going to go to therapy. But she brings it to my attention, to be honest. She said, I think we should do therapy. I said, okay. Even though I'm private and I don't like to speak to people about my personal business, that was a very, very difficult thing for me to do. But I said, you know what? Let's do the therapy. We go to the therapist. The therapist's first question is, do you guys want a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. So when she comes on live and say, we haven't slept in the bed since 2022, and to make it seem like and fabricate a story like we had some agreement, you such a liar. There was no agreement. When I found out you was with the lame, you denied it. You shitted on him. Basically said, yo, why would I be with him? Why do you think I would be with him? And then you wanted to go to therapy. So check it out now. Check it out. So when we go to therapy, the therapist says, do y'all want to get a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. I'm going to be honest. Because, honestly, I didn't want to not live under the same roof.
That's right, Patricia. Hit
as
that
my
like button,
5-year-old.
y'all. Smash that
Love
like,
all my kids the
baby.
same. But as when you have
It's
children,
popping in here. We
and
got some
everyone
good
knows that
content.
about me.
Smash
Everybody
that
who knows
like.
Y'all know my character. Y'all know her character. Very rude, very disrespectful, not just to me, to everyone. But that speaks volumes. I didn't want to we planned to raise her with both parents. That was the plan. So I did not want to not live under the same roof with my little girl. I was there from the moment she came out of the womb, and I intended, and I always told her, I want to be there to the moment we take her to her prom. So when she graduates high school, college, get her degrees, I want to be there to take my daughter to her prom. And I told her that. So I never wanted to leave from under the roof of my baby. That's why I stayed around for this nonsense. And I don't want to go away from the point. Okay, so we did the therapy. The therapist gave us that option. We both said we want to work it out. She said, this is the plan.
Michelle Sexy Behind is in the building. Freaky Friday.
Because like I told y'all previously, once I seen that she was cheating, like she was moving real strange, I'm talking about leaving for hours.
Penn State chilling. I see you with them glasses on. I see ya.
Just strange behavior. So once I noticed that she was moving strange, I started to do my research.
PS5
so the therapist said, because she told the therapist, mind you, she got all these lies to y'all about me. The only thing she told the therapist was, oh, he doesn't trust me. He's going to keep looking behind me and trying to, find out what I'm doing. But the only reason why I was looking behind her is because she was moving strange.
Too pretty Miss Kitty was goody.
To not show distrust or whatever.
Oh, we got the baddies in here today.
Remy, since you're saying that it's only business with this dude moving forward, but y'all have a last event coming up, after this event, you're going to cut all ties with this individual. This is what the therapist said. She said, Pap, because I told Rem back then, before I even clipped him, I said, when I catch son, I'm putting him down. I'm putting him down. He violated, you know what I'm saying? And what I noticed, when I found out, I noticed that every time me and her stepped out and made an appearance, he'd go post on his gram.
I've been working, what's goody?
He'd go make a post a story about her. So I'm watching this. Mind you, y'all, I'm not saying nothing the whole time. I know this nigga sleeping with my wife, but I ain't saying nothing. You feel me? I'm like, I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't saying nothing. Son doing sucker shit on the gram. That's cool. I ain't paying that no mind. We go to therapy. The therapist come up with the plan. We put the plan together. The therapist said she has this event coming up at Sony Hall, which was the battle between him and Hitman. She said, you can go to the event, right? But don't knock him. Don't do nothing to this individual. She said, I said, I'm going to go to the event. I'm going to fall back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do nothing. After the event, she's supposed to leave the dude alone. Right? I go to the hold on a second, man. Give me 1 second.
It's lit in here today. Smash them likes. Shape baby.
1 second, y'all.
They saying Team Pap in the building. Oh, we gonna let Remy tell her side too. But look, like I said, I'm gonna tell y'all when this is over. They some New Yorks. I protect the goats. I ain't taking nobody's side. We just hearing what they saying. That's it. I'm just covering it.
Back to the
Shout out to Pap and Remy.
So I go to the event. It's the battle with him and Hitman. Everybody there. Everybody remember that event. Y'all notice I never came on the stage, right? Never came on the stage. Stayed in the crowd. Fell back. Watched the entire little week battle, whatever. You know what I'm saying? On his behalf, because he trash. Watch him do his little trash battle. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm watching it, I never did nothing. When we left the battle, I went home with my daughter. She went home with the lame. Went home with the lame. Okay. She came home. She went home with the lane, stayed out all night, came home probably like the next morning. When she came home, after that, the baby is there. I ain't tripped. Kept it moving, kept raising my daughter, kept it pushing. Couple days go by, things a little peaceful around the crib. I reach out to the therapist, let her know what transpired. We went to the event, everything was everything. After those couple days, me, her, and my daughter, we all sleep in the same room. We go to bed. I'm saying it's bedtime. We sleep together in the same bed every night. As we sleeping in the bed, I fall asleep. My daughter's in the middle of us. So it's 2 beds in our room now at this time because she started doing weird things around the crib or whatever. So me, her, and my daughter in the same bed. It's another bed over there. I wake up. It's just me and my daughter in the bed. So I get up. I see her in the other bed. So I go over to the other bed. And as I go to the other bed, I notice that her phone is on. When I pick up the phone, I see the lame on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay. She on the phone with the lame. So after that, I woke her up. Hey, what's going on? This is what you doing in here? This is what we doing? She started lying again, fabricating, this, that, and the third. Long story short, she kept cheating with the lame. Okay, move forward from that. Another battle comes up. The lame not on the card.
Okay.
He not on the card.
Okay, it's time now. Now that we done heard his side, let's see if I got her side now. I think I do.
Cold-blooded killer that you're co-signing. Burning through the talker, but I leave no comments. First met the
been retained, and that you should reach out 10:30 on a bad night.
Okay,
10:30 on a bad night.
Here we go.
I spoke. We are meeting Saturday,
Here we go.
which is the soonest.
This is Remy's side now.
We will be ready to proceed. The graduation is June 6th, right? No, it's June 5th.
Shout out to everybody, pull it up, smash the like buttons. It's lit in here today.
Shall I scroll back to when you was in Africa and people was wishing they got their shots? Shall I scroll back to then? When we scroll back to then, play with me. Play with me. Play with me. And my daughter goes to bed at 9:30 at night. 10:30 on a bad night. So if he's telling you I was talking to calling my daughter, it's a lie. My daughter has her own phone. She has her own phone. Okay? Stop playing with me, sir. Oh, and you just filed that today. Look at the date. For anybody that just came in and just missed that, don't play with me, sir. Don't play with me. Nobody was trying to get you back. If I wanted to get you back, all I had to do was just listening to the cries and the pleading. I have that too. You want me to play the audio of you crying? Or do you want me to place the footage of you sleep on the couch? What happened? The last time that you was over there, and I was like, bro, this ain't it. Stop. You're never gonna win this with me because I don't care anymore. Listen to me, look at me. The woman that you knew, she is gone. You have successfully got rid of her. That lady that gave you grace, that saved face for you, that took the hit so that we both don't look crazy, even if it made me look crazy, because I feel like, oh, you know what, my celebrity could take it. Yours can't believe I could take the hit. She gone. She's gone. Now go explain that. Matter of fact, let's scroll down. Oh yeah, and there was no shots to go to Africa. It was pills. How do I know? Because the text came to my phone because he's still on my health insurance. He just didn't want you to go. That's all. So he could sit over there and call me every day about how being here just makes me think about everything. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Smash them like buttons. It's lit.
Laid up yesterday. Was I not laid up? Were we not laid up? Oh. What? Ew. I don't even like the cologne you wear. It's gross. Ew.
That's crazy.
Come on. And you got me blocked. Emotional. Why I'm blocked? Why I'm blocked? How you popping shit and try to talk shit about me and got me blocked? I can't even see it. thankfully, I know you can't take an L. I know you over there losing your mind trying to figure out what she gonna do next. I'ma do everything. Everything that you think that I might not do, I'm going to do. Everything. 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 Stop lying through them fucking teeth that I paid for. You fucking liar. And go ahead and say I ain't paid for it so I can call my daughter godmother and let her send a fucking receipt. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nasty.
It's not sad. It's not sad. It's not sad. What's sad is that a grown man, Mr. Brooklyn, Mr. Real nigga, who's sitting here like a girl posting on your page to make somebody that you just told me, I don't even know why y'all have a problem. I just met her. I don't even know why she's mad at you. I just met her. You doing all that. Like, stop playing with me. Secure your bag, bro. Secure your bag. Trying to get back with you. Are you crazy? No, Jew, don't add please nothing. Let her go. 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 Fuck out of here. What is you talking about? Y'all got me fucked up. My lips all dry and shit. I'm in the mall trying to be low. Trying to get me an outfit for tomorrow. And now this is when you want to come post. I've been waiting all day. I promise you. Promise you. By the way, my stepson called me. Want me to put him on my live? I'll put him on my live and let him go. I'll let him go. Mr. Great Dad, Mr. Great Husband. I will add him to my live and let him go on you. You tell me thank you. I felt bad after because I didn't even realize that, like, oh shit, I could have just possibly put him in and said thank you, Remy. You weirdo. I'm really seeing try to, oh, you a girl. Look at him, emotional. Stop playing with me, sir. Stop playing with me. Matter of fact, let me get the Africa post on cock. Hold up. And the only reason why, if anybody's wondering why is he still on my health insurance, because it's against the law in New Jersey while you're going through a divorce to take them off of your health insurance. So unfortunately, I can't. Hold on. Let's scroll.
It's crazy.
Let me get those ready. Send me Shorty number. I send it directly to her. I send you the whole video thing that I literally entertained just because I knew this day was gonna come. Weirdo. Weird to the dome. Hold up. He called me later. He called me back, call me later. I'm busy. Hold on, sending me videos. Yo, right now it's 1 minute. I can't make this up if I wanted to.
That's
all my
crazy.
cable degrees is out there. Small talk. Videos of everything that's going on. Yo, how do they balance that? I'm not gonna lie, the motor carts is fire. It's only 92 degrees. I'm assuming it's supposed to rain. This and that's not. You already know when they give the temperature. Everything was fine. Look at me, you dressing like Brooklyn over there. You better get some kente cloth. I hate traveling with a bunch of stuff. Stop it. You have clothes. Look, I hate traveling with a bunch of stuff and I don't have any clothes anymore. I wear the same things all the time. Stop it. You have clothes. You just don't want to come get them. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Damn.
Come on. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. And the last time you was at the house, when you was in the closet, remember? I recorded that too because you're a weirdo. So now I gotta do your weirdo tactics and record you and keep record of stuff. Weirdo. Come back again. Come back again. Stupid.
Crazy. So, as you can see, you know, I like I said, I'm not going to take no side on them. They from New York. I like them both. Pat, Remy, I like them both. You know what I mean? New Yorkers. But I also know that being in a relationship, It's not that easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not. But the way this sounds, it just sounds like they both going through it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if they can ever get back together. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know if it's too much. They're going too far in. Yeah. You know, I'm glad I have problems with relationships that I don't have. I'm glad niggas ain't take it to the internet. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, don't take my shit to the internet. Please, ladies. Please, ladies. You get involved with Shay, don't take your shit to the internet. Just call me and curse me out. Please, don't take my shit to the internet. Yeah, Shay, baby. I'm begging. I'm begging. Because I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? Because it's just, you know, you want to be relaxed with a person knowing you could go to the, have conversations with them through texts and stuff like that they're not going to do stuff like that because that's nasty. That's why I don't even like sending text messages. So if I talk to you on a text, it's because I trust you. Shit, baby. That's a fact. 100%. All right, so we'll see what happens with that. We ain't gonna take too much time. I just wanted to let y'all know both sides of the story with them, just because it is trending all over the internet this morning. So I thought I would cover it. You know, some things that I cover is not to go against people sometimes. It's just to cover it because it's news and I'm covering it for them. Like I said, I like Remy and I like Papoose. I don't know neither one of them. I just know they from New York and I protect the goats. Yeah. That's what I do. Shake, baby. All right, so, real quick. Since the Knicks is ready for the night, shout out to Global Currency. I think this is the vibe right now.
Back at you.
I think this is the vibe.
How we do? Primo. Jigga Man. Gangsta.
Oh yeah, that was for the Knicks. That was for the Knicks. Let's go Knicks. I ain't gonna lie, you know I'm a Celtics fan. But I'm from New York, B. Deep down inside, like I said, Patrick Ewing, you destroyed this for me. This should be the happiest day for me today. I can't rock with y'all Knicks because of Patrick Ewing missed that layup. Reggie Miller, with all of this. All of this Reggie Miller talk, it's the facts. All of this. You saw the Knicks fell apart against them. Indiana is a jinx to the Knicks, man. I'm scared about this series. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Look what he said.
This is why I cannot stand the Knicks, because to me they're front runners, right? They think that they're God's gift to basketball.
That's a fact. So we're gonna see what the Knicks do, man. I hope the Knicks come through, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I hope they do come through. All right, so let's talk about it. Yeah, Romeo, that Jay-Z. I'm so gangster. That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. The first time I heard that song, right, was in the club, right? And I ain't gonna. This is the real deals right now, right? I'm in there. That shit drops. Doom, 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 doom. I'm looking around. That beat drop. Boom, boom. I'm like, doom, 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 doom. I'm like, this is crazy. Yeah. This is like maybe 2000, 99 when I heard this. Maybe 98. I was young. I was real young, but I was like, yo, this is crazy. That song was like unbelievable when I first heard that. 100%. Shout out to the Knicks. That's a fact. Reggie getting the Knicks together. I know. The Knicks might get hungry now that we can't let Reggie Miller keep running his mouth for years. We got to take them paces out. This is the perfect time for the Knicks to change history right now. Yeah, baby. All right, so it's time to get this popping. Diddy!
But if Puffy beat this case, that bitch out of there. If he was smart, he'd stay away from him. Money. Money on. You don't promise me all this shit, nigga. And you gonna leave? I mean, once I leave, like basically, I did the time. I did my time, my nigga. And I kept your secret. Push the button, man. You forcing me to push the goddamn button, June Tao.
Joey Taylor, what's goody? Shout out to Joey Taylor over there on Facebook. What's popping? Yeah, baby.
Alone with pushing the button, I embarrassed myself, killed my brain, killed yours. You been slutted out, beat up, gone, all type of STDs. You're leaving empty-handed. You got to be the dumbest bitch in the world.
Damn, he said Cassie got beat up, got all types of STDs, and left the game with no money, she had to get that 30 mil. That's crazy. Shout out to my man Joey Taylor over there on Facebook. What's good? All right, so let's get into this Diddy trial madness. You know, this is what we here for, right? This is what we here for, right? There he go. He looking crazy. This is what we here for. But let's lead it up. Let's lead up to little things first. This is crazy. Check this out.
They said, well, where did you get the drug? Like, who would give you the drugs? And the guy, One Stop, came up again. One Stop was also the drug man and had everything. They said, well, did Diddy do drugs all the time? Like, how often did Diddy do drugs? The man said Diddy did drugs every single day.
Damn.
He said Diddy would do a Percocet every day. They said, would he be working and doing his business with Percocets, off of Percocets? He said Diddy would take Percocets every single day. During the day, he would conduct business with Percocets. During the night, he would take Barack Obama-shaped ecstasy pills.
Wow.
I don't know what the kink is with the Barack Obama pill, but at night, he would do ecstasy, but they was the shape and had the face of Barack Obama.
Damn.
That's some interesting shit. I'd never seen that before.
Wow.
What does a Barack Obama ecstasy look like? And what does that do?
It gets you crazy.
So
the Barack get you to the next level, freak off status.
So then he also said, well, the Diddy.
Okay, so I went and did my research. I went and did my research on the Barack Obamas. This is them. This is the pill that gets you to the next level, freak off status. You don't need no more Cameron Pink horsepower. You take these Barack Obamas, you straight clapping everything in them streets. There they go right there. Them Barack Obamas have you clapping everything. Diddy just put niggas on. I ain't gonna hold you. This summer, niggas is breaking backs. They like, yo, bro, you got them Barack Obamas? You got them Baracks? I got a shorty coming through the night. Me and her gonna take a half a Barack each. Half a Barack each and get us to the level. That's a fact. Yeah. So your man Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi was outside yesterday at the court date.
Thank you so much, man. People have been hitting me up the past week, just checking in, and even today, and it really means a lot to me, man. You guys are the best. I love y'all. This is a stressful situation. I'm glad it's behind me, and yeah, I love y'all, man. Big love. Go stream never.
It is a gloomy day, and so is this trial. Niara, get into it.
It is a lot going on. There is so much happening. Kid Cudi has testified today, and we have learned so much. Kid Cudi has confirmed today that Cassie was actually the one who gave Diddy the address to his home that led to the initial break-in. We learned that the morning of the initial incident, Cassie contacted Kid Cudi in a panic, telling him that she was afraid that Diddy would go visit his house because she's the one who leaked the address to Diddy. Kid Cudi was very confused at that point because he believed that they weren't dealing with each other at the time.
So we also learned today that the friend of Cassie at the time, Capricorn Clark, was allegedly kidnapped by Diddy and an affiliate who physically forced her outside of her apartment and brought her to Kid Cudi's home, which she stayed outside in the car during.
Wow. See? So, that's crazy now. So basically, we're going to get into that too. Shout out to Amon Wiggins. Shout out to Amon Wiggins. So, the reason I like this dude, pause, is that his show is funny too, because the niggas be telling him more oil. All you hear in the see in the comments is more oil. Yeah. More oil. So check it. So he's like, the reason I like watching him at nighttime to get some information is because this nigga's actually at the courtroom. I'm from New York. I could go to the case. Man, I ain't going to show my face around all them goofies and all of that. Gene Dill telling the reporters, you know what? I mean, I know Gene. I could get me and Gene. Gene will let me go in there and hang out with him. To be honest with you. Yeah. About anything like that. Shout out to Gene Dill. That's a fact. But, like I said, I really, rather be more behind the scenes. That's a little bit too much. Like he said, he going to the bathroom, Amon Wiggins, and he's in there with the Diddy's sons and shit like that. That's crazy. You know what I mean? But he's doing his thing. His numbers is up there. Shout out to Amon Wiggins. All right, so the Kid Cudi thing now. Cassie gives Diddy the address to his house. That's how he blows up the house. I mean, the car. Goes up there, strong arms him, go talk to him. That's crazy. That's like Cassie has a lot to do with. Cassie is a Cudi. She is a part of a lot of the shit that happened. Like, why would you give this man his address? You know that Diddy's wild and he was going to go over there and act up. You knew this. So you cause stress on Kid Cudi. You know what I mean? Yeah. Why would you give up this address? I'm tight. Me, I'm different than Kid Cudi. I'm getting the boogers to find Cassie. The boogers got to see Cassie. The boogers got to see Cassie. Yeah, baby. I'm like, baby love, I know you got a couple boogers in the hood that's willing to do something for a pair of 5411s. Let me know. I don't got Balenciaga money for these thotties. But I will give her a pair of 5411s and take Cassie out. That's a fact. Yeah. That's a fact, baby love. Yeah, where the boogers at? All right, so let's get into this one right here. Let's start with this one. The Amon Wiggins. Because he was there yesterday.
Yes, yes, yes. More oil, more oil, more
oil.
I'm over here ashy. It's cold as hell. When you be cold, you just be so ashy. My God. Oh, I got oil up.
Big Dotty all through your body.
Ready to go, okay? Let me oil. I'm running out of oil. And child, ain't no more oil in the stores because Diddy got all the oil. Diddy need to come out
that
with
nigga put that baby oil on.
Okay, I'm finna heat me up some oil tonight and see what that do. I promise you that. I'm definitely gonna heat me up some oil tonight and see what that do. Because, baby, am I looking shiny? Am I oily today? Am I there? Is it shiny? Is it hitting? Is it oiled up?
Is it oily?
Oil on. Just start the oil.
Crazy.
On. Just put the oil on the whole head. All right. Just put the oil. If you don't look like this, you need more oil.
More oil.
Okay. Just slap the oil on your face. All right. You need to be glowing in the dark. If you're not glowing in the dark, you ain't got enough oil on. Okay. More oil.
More oil.
When you think you've had enough,
more oil.
Put on more oil. Amen. My God, today is my Friday. We got a 4-day weekend. We have a 4-day weekend. So tomorrow there'll probably be no show because I got to get my hair cut. I got to figure my life out, and I'm going to go to lunch or dinner with some of the other reporters and I said cast, but some of the other media. But Saturday, we're going to probably have a key, and Sunday, we're going to probably stream. We might do some different stuff. But today, though, I don't have my notebook, even though I do have my notebook, but I hope you got a little bit of time and a lot of oil because we got the transcripts today. So We're going to actually read through word for word. So it's going to take a little time. You know, I'm going to stumble and fumble over some of the words, but we're going to get to it. But I really want y'all to know what was said, how it was said, and what it gave. Okay. Now, if you ask me today, if I'm being honest with you, today was a 50-50 shot. It was like a midday, but I don't really feel like there was a clear winner. If I had to pick a winner for the day, I think that I would go the prosecution today, just because underlining once you got to everyone's testimony, and I'll reiterate this towards the end of the show, the overarching consensus, at least to me, is that no matter what you think, one thing remains consistent. You can think Diddy's a monster. You can think he's a great guy. But every person he's touched, no matter how much they respect him or no matter how much they hate him or anything in between, every person that he's touched says he's not a nice person, says he's a mean person. So for me, I felt that through every testimony, even when it felt like, you know, people liked him. So, and that's going to lead us into, we picked up yesterday talking to Mr. Kaplan, who was Diddy's former assistant as well. This guy now, Mr. Kaplan, really loves really liked Diddy. And he really respected him. And he really loved his job. And he was so honored. And I could just tell in the courtroom, first of all, the guy didn't want to be there. He got subpoenaed to be there. He almost wanted to evoke his Fifth Amendment right. He got immunity so that he can actually speak. But he was pissed that he had to be there. He didn't want to testify. He's moved on with his life. But you can tell that he really liked Diddy, but he had to get out of there because he saw Cassie being double kicked, backflipped, drop kicked on a private jet. And then Diddy was over there playing football practice and dodgeball practice with apples, throwing them at Gina. So we're going to get into all of that, okay? Diddy was back there tossing balls at Gina's head. Apples, actually. Like he was in a freaking baseball game. Like he was low dodgeball. So we're going to get into all of that. And then Kid Cudi came in. And then we got to get into the cackle for me. The cackle for me was Cassie's former makeup artist. She was a key. So we're going to get into that. So, you know, grab a snack or grab some dinner. Turn me on. Turn your kids off. Turn your TV up. And let's get into the story.
More oil.
Okay.
More oil. Yeah.
Now, can you hear me? All right.
That's a fact, Tom.
So let's just get right into it. Okay. Shout out to my girl Lauren LaRosa over at the Breakfast Club who sent me the transcripts today. So we can just read word for word what was said. Are we oiled?
Are we oiled?
And actually, for fun, throw a skillet in the chat if you're ready. Okay, we need oil, pots, pans, skillets. And now we're going to introduce apples a little bit later. Okay. Oh, God, this thing gets good. Okay, so now we're in court.
Let's get to it.
Mind you, I was there at 4 a.m. today because I knew I wanted to get in there for Kid Cudi for y'all. And the whole line was a whole thing. It was about to be a fight in the line, not with me, with other people. They was about to fight.
Okay, let me pause it. Like I said, this dude is he's going to the cases. You're not going to know what's going on in the courtroom unless you listen to niggas like this. They're not letting you. They are not. Eventually, they might stop him from going there because he's telling everything. This is the facts.
The other guy was about to fight this older guy. It was just a lot going on. Then one of the other man tried to cut me. I told him, you've been cutting me for weeks. You're not cutting me today. Then they opened up the line. The kind of chunky fat Latino man is so nice and so sweet. I think his nerves and anxiety had got so bad. And then the rain was just so nasty today. We sitting outside in the rain and they opened up the door and it was almost like the floodgates of heaven had opened up. And somehow the poor man had tumbled over himself. and all I heard was a thump. But the only thing was I did check on him. I quickly looked back and I pressed toward the mark, because in this game, you snooze, you lose. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't stop and lift him up, but I definitely made sure he wasn't dead. Does that make sense? And he eventually made it, and we got where we were going. But girl, he just needed to do better.
Niggas
What I
starving
think
to
had
get in
happened
that Diddy
was
case.
the guy that was next to him, he kind of stuck his foot out a little bit, tripped him, and he ended up in front of him. I mean, it's a nasty game, but it is what it is. As long as they didn't play with me today. Okay, so let me give you the tea. So, welcome back, members of the jury. This is the court. You know, Mr. Kaplan, you understand that you're still under oath, right? The witness says, "I do." The court says, "Miss Comey, you may proceed when ready." This is Mrs. Comey. Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Kaplan. Good morning. Now, Mr. Kaplan is Diddy's assistant, guys. So we're starting with Diddy's assistant first. Okay. I would like to pick up where we left off yesterday, talking about your job responsibilities and tasking that you carried out for Mr. Combs as an assistant. How often, if at all, did you carry cash for Mr. Combs when you were his assistant? Very infrequently, meaning I didn't really carry cash for him like that. Okay. How would that come about on those infrequent occasions? Well, there was an occasion where security in New York gave me a bag of cash to hold while we were, in the air on a jet, on Mr. Combs' jet, and then land and hand it to the security who was on the ground meeting us. And then let me pause you and just ask about that one, if that's okay. Do you remember where that was? When that was? So this, she was setting it up about the whole jet thing, because this is where the smackdown went down on cash. She didn't really care about holding the cash. She just wanted to get into the jet. So sometime in 2022, do you remember who the security personnel was? Where, do you remember the security personnel where you were handed the cash, or who you handed the cash to? No. But it was Mr. Combs' security, right? Well, yes. And how much cash was it? If you know, I mean, did security have you hold it for him, or did you hold it on the jet? Like, what was the tea? He said, I was told it was $50,000 cash. I'm thinking, oh, you just holding $50,000 cash. So they trying to say he's holding money. They're painting the narrative that he just be having money, paying for sex and things like that. That the loose money is supposed to be interpreted as the prostitution money. Does that make sense?
Crazy.
Okay. Were there ever any other times that security had you carry such a large amount of cash for Mr. Combs, or was that the only time you can recall? Well, that's the only time I can recall. And then what other times, if there were any, when Mr. Combs would have you carry large amounts of cash for him? You said, I didn't carry them, but I went to the Western Union a couple times to pick up cash and give it to Mr. Combs, but not understood. I apologize for using the word carry. I meant pick up. About how many times do you remember
Poor white
picking
folks
up
was
cash
good.
for Mr. Combs? About 2 or 3. And how much cash did you pick up from the Western Union for Mr. Combs? About $10,000. Do you know where the $10,000 was being Western Union to? Like, who was getting the money? Was he sending it to a nigga? Was he sending it to an escort?
Keep going, Armand. Armand.
Oh no, where was, like, do you know where the $50,000 was being Western Union from? They said Comb Enterprises. Okay, Comb Enterprises? Yes. Okay, when you picked up the cash each time at Western Union, what did you do with it? Well, I gave it to Mr. Combs. I want to take a step back, Mr. Kaplan, and just talk about your testimony here today. Did you receive a subpoena requiring you to testify at this trial? Yes. And is there also an immunity order compelling you to testify, even if your testimony might incriminate you? Yes. What is your understanding of what that order requires you to do? Well, it requires me to testify truthfully and allow for this testimony to not
Ryan
be used
Clifton,
against me.
globalcurrency.com.
Let's break that down. First, are you required to tell the truth here? Yes. If you do that, what is your understanding of the protections that your order gives you? That my testimony cannot be used against me. Does this order protect you from prosecution for any crimes you may have committed in the past, as far as you know? No. So he's still not protected of any other crimes that he's done in the past. So that man was like, I don't want to be here because I done probably did some wild for Diddy too. All the assistants have gotten their hands dirty. In other words, you can still be prosecuted for perjury if you lie here today. Well, yes. I want to turn to a different topic. I'm like, okay.
More oil.
What if
oil?
Long-term romantic partner aware of Mr. Combs having during the time that you worked for him? Now, this was good. This was some tea. When we got into this, you could see the difference. And when we got into this, you could actually understand why Cassie was so jealous of Kim Porter. But see, here also, too, you guys got to understand, before I get into this, I want you to really listen to this part because it's important. Because the prosecution, this is the prosecution's witnesses that they're calling. But oftentimes, it feels like
more oil.
Some of these witnesses end up being better for
Patricia, you oiled up over there?
I'm going to read this to you, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. So, what if any long-term romantic partners were you aware of Mr. Combs having during the time you worked for him? Well, there was Cassie, Miss Porter, and there's a woman named Gina. You know, Cassie hated Gina and she didn't like Kim Porter. Let's take each of those in turn. I would like to start with Kim Porter. Based on your interactions with her and Mr. Combs, what was your understanding of who Kim was? And he says, she was a mother of some. She was the mother.
See you
of
later,
some
Tom. Have
of
a
Mr.
good one.
Combs' children,
Happy holidays.
and a very important figure in his life. So already set the stage that Kim Porter
Panda State
is
chillin'
an
say
important figure
Kim
in
Porter
his-
was
in
that
Mr. Combs'
girl.
life, in
That's a
Diddy's
fact.
life, okay? He respects her.
Niche was good, boo.
Cassie.
Niche is in the building.
Mr. Combs' girlfriend. Then you mention a woman named Gina. Who was she? Well, she was another one of Mr. Combs' girlfriends. What, if any, social relationship did you have with those three women? He said very little, if any at all. Miss Comey, Miss Foster, could we pull up what's in the evidence as the government exhibit 2A401? Mr. Kaplan, do you recognize the person in the photograph? There's a picture of Cassie. Yes. Who is that? It's Cassie. Do you know her by any other name? Well, Cassie Ventura. Miss Comey says, we can take that photo down now. Thank you, Miss Foster. About how often, Mr. Kaplan, do you remember seeing Cassie in person during your time as Mr. Combs' assistant? He said, very regularly. About how often did you see Cassie when she was not physically with Mr. Combs? Irregularly? Did it happen that much? Not really. I didn't really see her that much. Like, how many times, if at all, did you witness Mr. Combs be physically violent with Cassie? He said, one. I'd like to talk about that time, please.
Don
Can
Coop
you
going
remember
way
about
back.
when
He said
this
Heavy
happened?
D. That's a fact.
This is so messy.
More
Well,
oil.
He says, it was the second half of 2015. Where were you when this happened? Well, we were on Mr. Combs' jet. On the private plane? Yes, on his private plane. Who else was on the jet with you? Other team members, security, management? I
Yeah,
don't
that
remember
husband is
exactly.
stressed out. Panda.
Let's
Panda,
break that down.
He's going
You're on
through the worst
jet.
right now.
Yes. And security was on the jet. Yes. And you said other team members were on the jet. Yes. And other than those people, who else was on the jet? Well, Mr. Combs and Cassie. Where was the jet flying to? So apparently the jet was flying to Las Vegas. Now, could you describe for the jury what the layout of the jet was? So then he went into this whole layout of what the jet was. We're not going to get into that. So there was a back area behind the partition. He said, yes, it was a bed area. So before the violence you witnessed started, where were you on the jet? He said, I was sitting at the picnic table with my back to the door. So he said, by the door, do you mean that partition you talked about? He said, yes. And who was behind the partition? Mr. Combs and Cassie. Okay. He said, well, how was the partition? Well, how was it positioned? He said, it was ajar. It was more open than it was closed. So what part of the back of the plane were you able to see from where you were sitting? He said, I had a partial view over my right shoulder, looking back. That would have been me.
He there as long as the money's
and who was in front of you?
Money's
on the plane
flowing in the
cockpit?
building.
Everyone else. So Cassie and Diddy is back here with the door partially open. He's knocking Cassie out in the back. The assistant is sitting here.
Have a good one, Tom.
Like
my
he's
man.
paying attention. Everybody else is there. The assistant is looking in the back. And while Diddy is in there uppercutting Cassie and choke slamming her on the private jet. Okay? So.
Okay. More oil.
Into it. Now, mind you, I don't even remember why they was arguing. Okay? But we're gonna get into it. So, security and everyone else who was traveling with you
Ahmad is crazy.
was further on the plane. He said, correct. How did you first notice something happening? He said, I heard glass break. Bling, ching. Glass just broke. From the direction, where did you hear the glass? From behind me. Can you describe the sound you heard? He said it was glass, like crash. It was like a shattered glass. What did you do when you heard the glass shatter? He said, I looked over my right shoulder. And what did you see on the back of the plane when you looked over the right shoulder? He said, I saw Mr. Combs standing over Cassie. Okay? She was on her back. And they said, can you describe for us how Cassie's body was positioned? He said that Cassie was on her back like this, with her legs in the air and her hands up, and Mr. Combs was over her like this.
Wow! Nasty!
This is fucking nuts.
Nasty!
This is not funny.
It's not, but it's crazy.
What? This nigga, he would be in there just, she just walked past and Putin, he just back at her. Bitch, drop kick. Bow. Cassie sitting there like this.
Damn,
like, how
that's
can
foul,
you do
son.
that? Like, what would make you do that?
Wow.
So he said
she just walked in the kitchen and he
behind
backslap her.
So he was standing over Cassie.
That's crazy.
Hold on. Let me get to my, oh, damn. I missed my spot. My hands are so damn oily.
Yeah, he went Ike on the Patricia.
I missed my spot.
Crazy.
Hold on.
She said
okay,
the Diddy case helped
Diddy
him, my
says,
husband agree
Mr.
on something.
Combs, can you describe
That's a fact, Michelle.
for us how Cassie's body was positioned? He said, yes. She was on her back, and she had her legs were extended up in a way where it indicated that she was trying to create space between the two of them. Was she lying on her back on the floor? He said, yes. And what was Mr. Combs doing? He was standing above her, over her. What, if anything, was in his hand? He had another glass in his hand and was holding it up. He was holding it up above Cassie. So he had a glass in his hand like this, like he was going to knock her out, break the glass over her face.
Wow.
This is crazy.
Crazy.
He was holding it above Cassie? Yes. What did the glass look like? It was a rock, a whiskey rocks glass. I don't know what that is. As this is happening, what if any voices could you hear from the back? I mean, there was tremendous commotion and scuffling. And then after the glass crashed, Cassie screamed, "Isn't anybody seeing this shit? Isn't anybody seeing this?"
Yo, nasty.
And he said, and they said, "Did Mr. Combs say anything before Cassie said, is anybody seeing this?" He said, "Shit, I don't know." He said, "Did you hear his voice at all during the interaction?" He said, "Yes." "Do you remember what words he said?" "No." "Do you remember what his tone of voice was?" He said he was very angry. After you looked back and saw Mr. Combs standing over Cassie with the glass in his hand, what did you do? And that man said this, "Nothing."
Nothing?
"Did you look away?" And he said, "Yes." So Mr. Carl
Don,
Diddy
I agree. I'm confused
is
too,
standing
man.
over Cassie
I'm
with a
confused with
bottle
all of
in his
this.
hand. Cassie screaming. The man is looking behind him. And when she said, "Do anybody hear this?" the man looks forward like he don't know what's going on. And all this is happening in the air. All this is happening in the air. Okay? After you looked away, what did you hear? Further glass crashing and chaos. At what point in all of this did Cassie say, "Isn't anybody seeing this?" Maybe a second or two after I turned my head back and forth. So he was doing this. Peeking but ain't in it. Peeking but ain't in it. That'd have been me too. Like, girl, this is a lot going on in this plane. They were tearing that white man out. Mind you, everybody else in the front, they know used to it. He on the plane, the white man, he supposed to be the assistant. He's sitting on the plane, Cassie getting torched in the front. And they probably in the front, oiling up with Astroglide and lube, acting like they don't know what's going on. And this white man is so nervous, and poor Cassie's getting her face beat in with a glass.
It definitely don't sound like no Rico Ike.
This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. So she said, maybe a second. He said, "Did anybody respond to Cassie while she was screaming?" He said, "No." "You said you did nothing. What did security do?" "Security did nothing." "Why didn't you intervene, Mr. Kaplan?" He said, "I was a 23-year-old. All I wanted to do was have a great job in the entertainment industry.
Facts.
I could not believe my good fortune would be working so much for me, and it would be working for an icon. And the last way that I thought that I would be successful in that career would be to compromise his well-being in any way."
Crazy.
"Did you ever call the police to report what you saw?" He said, "No." She said, "Why not?" "I propose of what I just said. It would not have been keeping with what I was trying to accomplish professionally." So he like, "I'm not doing that because I'm not about to call the police on him because I don't want to risk my relationship with Diddy. Yeah. And this is a dream job for me. I really enjoyed this job, and I don't want to be involved in this. I'm 23 trying to..."
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real for a minute. Everybody in this chat know the same thing. Up until this point, we knew none of this stuff about Diddy. So you get a job with Diddy. Boom. He's paying you 6 figures. You flying all over the world. You making money. You 23. You see Diddy haul off and smack the shit out of Cassie. You like, oh, hold on. In your mind, you're like, damn, that's foul. You ain't calling no cops. You ain't calling no cops. Yeah, baby. That's a fact. Word. Now, this is what's crazy. That if you go to work, right, and your boss calls you back in his office and his wife is in there with her and he haul off and smack the shit out of her. Do you go to HR or do you just leave? That's the same type of shit. A nigga would just leave probably. He's not gonna go to HR and do all of this nasty work and all of this, probably. It's the same type of stuff, man. Nigga thinking this is his everyday life. She's accepting the nigga to smack her in the face like Ike and Tina, like Patricia said. Now me, I probably would have been like, no, I quit. This is too much for me. I can't go to the cops, but I can't watch you smack women in the face in front of me. And I gotta eat that like I'm some groupie nigga here for my dream job. Me, I'm out the door. I don't want to see no shit like that. But I'm definitely not calling the cops. That I will not do. I will not call the cops. I won't. I feel bad saying that because, you know, he did hit a female, and I know females are like, why wouldn't you call the cops? I'm just saying that I wouldn't call the cops because I don't know his relationship with this woman. She might not want you to call the cops. I don't know. I'm just not gonna be around it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna be around it. Now let's get back to the more oil.
Break into the entertainment industry. And girl, I don't have time for that. And so they said, well, what did Mr. Combs do after you heard the glass shatter? He came to the front of the section of the plane and sat in one of the captain chairs. Before he came to the front of the plane, what, if anything, did you hear him say? He told Cassie to stay her ass in the back. When he came out to the front of the plane, what was his demeanor? Even keel. He was chilling.
That's a
He
fact.
just beat the
Danny
hell out
from the
of
Bronx
Cassie
was
and told her,
goody.
you know what?
Shout out to
Now
the Bronx.
stand
Always
back.
good to see New York in the building.
Where's the cat?
165th, I feel you.
So he was calm? She said, yeah, he was chilling. After he came to the front of the plane, who was in the back of the plane? Cassie? Did anybody go back there with her? Hell
Don
no.
Coop said leave. HR's a joke.
Did anyone go check on her? Hell no. How much longer did the flight last? Less than an hour. What do you remember happening in Las Vegas after the flight? Well, Mr. Combs had a club appearance. We went to the hotel where we were staying. He and Cassie got ready. I don't remember if they were together or separately. And then Mr. Combs went to the club. All the staff went with him and...
Pause it real quick. You see what Michelle just said? At her job, shit's going on. People don't want to go to HR because they want to keep their job. It's the same shit. I'm telling you. So how they going to have this nigga on the stand pressuring him about why he didn't call the cops about seeing Cassie get hit? What you mean? I'm in a room full of Puff Daddy securities and an evil man that gave me a job. I'm trying to get into business. Why would I call the cops? Why would I call the cops?
Then I went back to collect Cassie when she was ready to bring when she was ready to bring her to where Mr. Combs was. Did you bring Cassie to Mr. Combs at the club? I don't remember specifically dropping her off next to him, but I remember bringing her to the table where we all were anchored. Okay. Can you just explain what a club appearance is, please? Basically, a club appearance is when a club hires a celebrity to show up for promotional purposes to attach other guests and club goers. Okay. To attract other guests and club goers. After this incident, how many times, if any, did you see Cassie with bruises or injuries on her face? He said, well, one other time. About when was this? Also the second half of 2015. Was it before or after the plane incident? It was after. Where did this happen? I saw her in Mr. Combs' home. In which home? In Los Angeles. Can you explain to us how you came to see Mrs. Ventura with more injuries? Well, yes. Mr. Combs called me via intercom. Intercom is fab, though. Diddy is rich. So Diddy called the man over intercom to see him upstairs. I thought that he was in his bedroom, but he was actually in his bathroom. The man entered the bedroom, and Cassie was crying on the bed with her head in her hands. I walked past her without saying anything and met Mr. Combs in his bathroom.
So what was Goody?
Okay, let me ask you a follow-up question about that. You said Mr. Combs called you via intercom. What do you mean by that? Well, like a PA system in the house? And then is Mr. Combs' bedroom connected to his bathroom in the house? Well, yes. So when you went to the bedroom, can you explain what you saw in a bit more detail, please? She said, well, Cassie was on the bed. She was clearly upset. Her head was in her hands. It was clear that there was bruising near her right eyebrow and on her forehead where her hands were not covering her face. And I was in that room for less than 3 seconds. Where did you go after seeing Cassie on the bed? Well, I went to Mr. Combs. And what happened when you went to Mr. Combs? He asked me to go pick up several over-the-counter lotions. Watch this. Diddy then told the man to go get several lotions and witch hazel so that it can calm down and stop the swelling on Cassie. So he had beat her so bad, he had called the man up there to go to the store to go buy anti-swelling lotion.
What the hell is that?
So Diddy had a remedy for everything. I had no idea that there was an anti-swelling lotion.
Facts. Wow. Nasty.
So they said he asked me to go pick up several over-the-counter lotions to remedies
That's
of some
crazy.
kind, which later came to learn were mixed together to act as an anti-swelling agent. What ingredient do you
Anti-swelling
remember?
lotion.
He said, the only one I remember is witch hazel. What did you do after
He
Mr.
ain't
Combs
lying.
instructed you to pick up the
He
ingredients?
ain't
Well, I picked them
lying.
out. Where at? CVS. How did you pay for them? Well, I paid it with the corporate credit card.
Yo. Anti-swelling
Okay, boom.
lotion.
So then they asked him pretty much, well, why did you decide to leave your job?
Don
with
Coop,
Mr.
that's
Combs?
crazy.
Because he left in December 2015. He said the central reason why I left my job with Mr. Combs
Nigga
as
said
an
Diddy a
assistant
whole
was
doctor.
that I was not comfortable or aligned with the physical behavior that
That's
had been
crazy.
going on, and that I had seen pieces of over the.
All right, y'all. We got one more one to see is her before we get out of here.
From the courthouse.
There's
out
another
in the
one.
rain.
You know
Let's get
about
this
her.
on.
She was there
What's
too.
going on, guys? Listen, we have to talk about what happened in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. I gotta tell you, today was a mixed bag, and you know we're gonna have it all. What was the highlights? I already told you. Kid Cudi went in there, charmed the whole courtroom, told us how he saw it. It was amazing testimony, okay? Brian still questioned Kid Cudi. He couldn't kind of make it stick. Of course, they had to let us know that Cassie had played both you and Sean, and I said last time I checked, Sean Diddy Combs is not a god among men. Unless you listen to his what do you call it? Unless you actually listen to that witness. But listen, that witness, it was weird. The Diddy trial is shaping up. I'll tell you one thing. Today was, outside of Kid Cudi, some of the most boring testimony, because they bought in. When I say boring, it was very technical. They bought in the hotel manager. They bought in the IT person. But baby, everybody wants to see the RICO. And they are now bringing in the RICO. Now, here's the thing, right? I've been always quick to say, RICO these days, it's not sexy. It's not. It's one accountant, one credit card swipe. I'll tell you one thing, Diddy can kiss his federal forfeiture goodbye. They have linked Combs Global to the he-ha. And if found guilty, he is going to lose everything he has with Combs Global. But with no further ado, let's get into the testimony. Now, a stand-up testimony that changed everything was Mia Morales. She was a makeup artist. She worked for Diddy. She worked for Cassie. She was responsible for a lot of Cassie, iconic looks. Did you know that Cassie was in Wiz Khalifa's Black and Yellow video? I had no idea. But she was in charge of all of Cassie's iconic looks. Now, here's the thing. She was also a makeup artist for Rihanna for about 12 or 13 years. Now, why was that important? Because Diddy's team, the one thing they love to do is try to play people like everybody's pressed. They need Diddy for a come up. This woman was already who she was before she met Diddy and even before she met Cassie, okay? She was who he was. Hold on, I gotta fix this. This is bothering me. God is bothering me. Mia Morales told a story. Again, the fact that everybody is acting like it is normal for a man to just lay hands on you anytime he feels like it, it is blowing my mind. Mia Morales said that she was asleep in Cassie's hotel room. Cassie had a suite, okay? This is when Cassie decided to go to the Prince. She started to go to Hey, all right, get home safely. I'll see you. Are you gonna be here Tuesday? Okay, we'll connect Tuesday. All right, bye bye. So anyway, let's see. So they said that, she said that, listen, she was sleeping, right? And she was sleeping on the couch. Why? Because she looked at Cassie as a little sister. She got Cassie ready for the party. Cassie went to the princess party, okay? Now, she didn't ask Diddy because she had permission because she is not Diddy's child. She went to the party. Diddy showed up and didn't tell Cassie he was going to be there. Cassie, like, literally ran through bushes trying to get away from Diddy. And she ran back to her house. Diddy stayed at the party the whole time. And when he was done partying, when he was done doing everything, and I will stand by this, you cannot cheat on somebody that has hoes. If you have hoes, if you have other people, sorry, it's forfeiture. You can't be cheated on. I don't care, right? So anyway, they said that, okay, so this is what Miriam said, right? She said, I've worked with Diddy, right? I worked with Rihanna for 13 years. You know, Rihanna's makeup is, but definitely back then was the moment. I worked with Cassie. Patricia. I worked with J-Lo. Sonia Grosky said, go to the hotel, stay away from any harm that may happen. Don't worry, y'all. I have security. It's cool. Don't worry about it. I'm protected, I swear. Okay? They said that there was a, she said, how did you meet Cassie? She said, I met her at 16 years old. She did a photo shoot in Brooklyn. She was modeling, right? She said that she also met Diddy. Diddy, when he started managing Cassie, and he knew Cassie when she was with Brian Leslie. Diddy, when he started managing Cassie, he was very demanded. The look had to be perfect, so she had interactions with Diddy, right? She said that she met Diddy, though, met him very few times. They said that it was 2010 Grammy weekend. It was the Prince party at Prince's home. Shout out to Prince. He would have been like a national treasure on TikTok. He would have been a national treasure. It was Prince's Grammy party at his home, right? Cassie came in. It was late night, early morning. She was asleep. Let's not forget Cassie left that party as soon as she saw Diddy, which was very early. Brenna Baker said, you're the best reporter. Thank you for the TT. Said, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Okay? So what ended up happening after that? It was late night, early morning. Cassie was asleep in the bedroom. Diddy was, Mila Morales was on the couch. Again, she lived 5 minutes from here. She was just chilling on the girlfriend's couch, right? Heavenly G said, Tisa, you're my hero. Thanks for all your hard work. Y'all welcome so much. Anyway, they said that it was late night, early morning. They had a photo shoot earlier that day. So Cassie got her hotel room and she was staying. I think they said it was the Bitmore hotel. Of course, I think it was in like Los Angeles, right? She fell asleep on the couch, right? What seems like a normal night. Seems like it's fine. You with your girl, you look at her as a little sister. She was a few years older. It was seen until what happened? That's right. The devil showed up. Okay? So it's like Sneaker Chick said, Tisa, you're awesome. Praying for God's protection around you and that you don't get sick. Serving us in the rain. Okay? Tisa, thanks for being amazing. This is my first super chat ever and you deserve so much more acknowledgement. Love you. Okay? Awesome. So anyway, they said that all of a sudden Diddy blew in like the nightmare that literally stole Christmas. He literally said to her that was asleep on the couch, where the F is she, right? She was like, literally said, I don't know, even though she knew Cassie was sleeping, but she was like horrified. Diddy walked into the room. He slammed the door. She heard yelling, screaming, all this stuff. She said she can't remember what was said, but she just remembered yelling and screaming. All of a sudden, Diddy opens the door and storms out of the hotel room. Hey, guys. She opens the door and she storms out of the hotel room. Now, she said when she saw Diddy leave, she didn't see any injuries on Diddy because, like, at the end of the day, Cassie Ventura, it was, especially back then, was that big, right? Vicky J said, just loving your coverage. Thank you. Okay, so storms out, right? She didn't see any injuries on Diddy. Oh my God, Zyra Mina said, I finally caught a Diddy trial live. I love your commentary and humor. Thank you for all your hard work.
That's a fact, Don.
And for your transcript.
They just letting anybody in there, right?
Okay, so he storms out. She didn't see one injury on Diddy. Mother Dragon said, thank you for serving us a TT. Said, thank y'all guys. And then he storms out the door. And then she went and saw Cassie. She said Cassie had a swollen eye. She had a bunch of knots all over her head. She had a busted lip. she literally, they were like, what did you do? She's like, we were scared. She's like, I feared that if Diddy did that to Cassie, what's he gonna do for me? She literally said, I feared for my life. And then the defense was like, objection, objection. So the government, the judge struck that from the record, but we already heard it. They told the jury to disregard it. We already heard it. Miss V, to be real, said, here's a little something that can help you. Thank you for using your time with us. Oh yeah, you are beautiful. Thank y'all so much.
Make a movie for sure.
So anyway, she said that she got everything. She literally, Cassandra said, thank you for keeping us updated. You're the best. Thank you. So she said she got a suitcase, threw everything together. Again, they were both scared, and she thought something was really going to happen to Cassie, right? And she took her to her house. She said the girl's house was only 5 minutes away. Now, mind you, the defense was trying to paint her again as some bum. She had her own place. Again, she was just staying with her girlfriend, right? She said that she actually had a doctor friend, right? And she was like, Cassie didn't want to go to the hospital. She felt some type of way. So she had a doctor friend that came the next day. Well, actually not even the next day. Later that day in the evening to check out, right? Later that day in the evening to check out Cassie. She said when they awoke, her black eye had darkened, her lip looked worse, and again, there were even more knots that were sprouting up all over Cassie's head, right? Here's the thing. They said that the reason she called the doctor is because she wanted to check Cassie for concussions. That's how bad she looked. They also said that the doctor checked Cassie's stomach and ribs. Let's not forget that Diddy's favorite way of beating Cassie was to stomp her out. The doctor looked at those injuries and said, listen, I think Cassie should go to the ER. Things are like really, really bad right now, right? However, Cassie didn't want to go. She was afraid. They were very afraid. They thought Diddy was going to find her. They said they were afraid of Sean again. She said, I was afraid for my life. I was afraid for Cassie's life. I feared for my life. They said Cassie stayed with her for a few days. They said after that, Cassie, like she said, she stayed in touch with Cassie. They would talk a few times a year. Cassie never brought it up. She never brought it up to Cassie. Rand, thank you so much. Now, listen. This came out on defense when they're like, did you and Cassie ever talk about it? Did you guys make a police report? And she's like, no. Cassie was scared. Did you guys ever talk about it? She's like, no. And from a woman's point of view, do you really think people sit there when you're chilling with your girlfriends and you're trying to disassociate being like, oh my God, remember like Prince Grammy party when Diddy beat me to a pulp and I had like horns all over my head from the knots? What women talk about when they got beat? Especially when your girlfriend saw you. If anything, I think Cassie just felt so humiliated and was trying to disassociate from that. You know what I'm saying? Cheyenne said, glad the makeup artist came to back up Cassie's experience. Thank you, Tisa, for the great coverage. Thank you. Visionary said, a little something from a country girl. That's right, ma'am. Much love from Kentucky. Yeehaw, y'all. And Caroline Williams, thank you so much for the super chat. Also, Cassandra Hicks said, hey, lady, missed you a lot, but I'm here. Be safe and, oh my God, be safe and therapist and lunch on me, hun. Thank you so much. Okay, so, right? So anyway, they saw Cassie and Diddy, right? So then the defense was like, George Jansen, thank you so much for the super chat. So the defense was like, so you saw Cassie and Diddy? Yeah. And did you see them after that? Yeah, I saw them. And Cassie never said nothing to you? No. And Diddy never said nothing to you? No, because who talks about some of the most humiliating times of their life? House of Wild, thank you so much. You said much love to you, Tisa. So they were like, so you've done interviews. Hey, DJ Lovebug said, thank you for the best coverage out there. Thank y'all. So they were like, so you've done a couple of interviews, right? And she was like, yeah. And she was like, you did documentaries and other stuff. And she said, yeah. Charlton Augustine, thank you so much for the super chat. She said, and also, you sold a picture to a magazine? She said, yeah, I sold a picture.
All right, that's enough for her. All right, so you see, these guys are in there. This is why I like to play them, because they're telling you the stories of, the prosecutors, what's going on in there. Shit, they're telling you the reactions from Diddy, Cassie. We can't see these things. They're not like they're showing it on TV. You know what I mean? It's the only way we can get a picture of what's going on in there. Like Panda. Panda's watching all of them. Hey, Dolores, Nisha, all of them, they watching all of them. That's who put me on. Nisha said, yo, this guy Amon, he telling those stories. So I never knew who Amon Wiggins was. She told me about him this week, and, I fell in love with what he's doing because he's painting the picture if you want to be there. Me, I could go down there. I'm just not. Unfortunately, me, I'm a little different than these guys on YouTube. they're not out. This is outside for them. Me, I'm really outside, not at a court where there's cops, where there's, I'm in the streets. You know what I mean? I got deals where I'm outside, which reminds me, June 17th. Y'all should go check it out on Clash TV Basketball. I'm going to be outside with Fat Joe, Jadakiss, and Ja Morant. It's Ja Morant team versus Fat Joe and Jadakiss's team. And of course, your boy Shea Baby will be covering it. I'm like what's his name? Stephen A. of the Clash TV Basketball. So I'll be out there with Ja Morant. It's my first time meeting Ja Morant. Of course, I know Fat Joe and Jadakiss. So we're going to have a great time. Shout out to Jadakiss. You know what I mean? June 17th. On Clash Basketball. You can watch it on YouTube. 100%. All right? All right, so I'll see you guys Monday. Tuesday we'll be back. No, Monday. Let's rock on Memorial Day. Everybody will be home. Let's rock out. 10 a.m. Memorial Day, I'll be on. Hopefully it's going to be hot, so I can put on a little shorts or something and a nice little t-shirt. Oh, yeah, what's this? We almost there, y'all. The SBTV piece is almost there. Shout out to my man, Soli the jeweler. He made this for me. It's going to say established in 2021 in the back. He's almost done with it. He's doing that for me for all the hard work. He said that, just give him some promo. We're going to have a commercial and stuff, me and him. But the piece looks like it's going to be crazy. This is the molding. That's a fact. I don't really wear jewelry like that anymore. But this is my man's company. He want me to hold him down, so I'm going to put that on. Yeah. SBTV style. That's a fact. So that's the molding being done. I think I showed y'all when he sent me the actual, how it looked at first, right? I think I got it. But it doesn't matter. That'll be out there. Yeah, it's looking all right, Patricia. Shout out to my man, Soli the jeweler. He's been in business for over 20 years. I remember I bought my first piece of jewelry from him maybe in like 2001, and we continued our relationship. I think I have the picture of his first piece he made for me back in the days. But yeah, he made a piece for me back in 2001, and we continue our relationship. Bought a couple watches from him, bought a couple pieces from him. Just as throughout the years, I haven't bought nothing from him in over a decade because I just stopped wearing jewelry. I was into just doing different things. But now I'm back in the business. He said he wants me to have a custom piece. So I said, why not, Soli? Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. That's a fact. All right, so I'll see you guys on Monday. We'll be back, all right? So we'll see what happens with your man Diddy. They got him looking crazy out here, man. That's a fact. Yeah. I'll see y'all on Monday, man. It's nasty work out there, man. And that's a fact. Patricia, all the ladies, Michelle, of course. Gotta love Michelle. Niche, Panda pulled up. Baby Love, all the girls, Don Coop, it's my boy right there. Definitely Patricia. And Patricia was oiled up over there today. She got home early today, put some baby oil on, and she's probably moving around a little bit like this in the crib. Okay, Patricia, we see you oiled up over there. Let's talk about it. All right, I'll see y'all on Monday. Happy Memorial Weekend, and we'll be ready to roll. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the VIP section.
Jay, baby, y'all. 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 baby, y'all. J, 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 baby, y'all.
The vibes. Make sure you go like and subscribe to the channel if you like what's going on, if you like all the hip-hop and the sports news, and you like everything that Shay Baby's bringing to the table. Make sure you like and subscribe. You already know the vibes.